What are we going to do in heaven? Everyone's asking, what are we going to do there? Sit, be like little fat, obese little babies or obese people just stringing harps and what are we going to do in heaven? Being bored to death? No, 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 no. God has big plans. As you've seen in the other videos, look at the previous ones. If he's out of sync, look at the previous ones. Got a lot of videos there. A lot of videos. Take a look at the videos. We're reading again from Last Events, Ellen G. White. We're trying to read up about the inheritance of the saints in Last Events, inheritance of the saints. What God has planned for us? Let's hear a little bit of what else he has. I'm trying to put one for every day. Searching out the treasures of the universe. There, when the veil that darkened, because God has some things planned, some people scoff at it, don't realize it, and say, it's better here. I know what I'm into. I see it. I see it on TV. I see it on Google. I see it on YouTube. I see it on Facebook. So therefore I see it, therefore it is, and that's what it is, and that it is. They don't even realize what they're saying. God has such things planned, so much beautiful things. Do they want to see it? They should be taking it to heart and say, I'll witness what God has planned. I want to see. I want to wait and see. So don't scoff at what we don't know. Don't mock what we don't know, what we don't understand. Let us wait patiently for God. Let us wait for the bridegroom. Okay? Let us wait for the bridegroom. As the 10 virgins, let us wait for him. He has things planned that we haven't even heard about, know about yet. Let's see. There, when the veil that darkens our vision shall be removed, and our eyes shall behold a world of beauty, of which we now catch glimpses through the microscope. When we look on the glories of the heavens, now scan afar through the telescope. When the blight of sin removed, the whole earth shall appear in the beauty of the Lord our God. And look how beautiful the earth looks from space when you see some of these telescope things. Now, I don't know about the flat earth, round earth thing. I don't know how about that. I'm still trying to figure that out. But I'm like, the earth is beautiful. And I like the fact that it looks circular like the other planets. Because if you can make planets so circular, I call it the perfect angle. Look at Saturn. Look at the rings of Saturn. Look at the nebula. Look at the space. And this is our galaxy. What about the other galaxies and the other stars? God is amazing. Okay, he says here. When we see when the sin is removed, the whole earth shall appear in the beauty of the Lord God. What a field will be open to our study. You can get to study everything now. Astronomy, everything, other planets and worlds. We will never get tired. There are so many things there. I'm like, people say, it's too good to be true. You mean never ever getting tired and bored? You see, because we're so used to doing the work and rest. Put the car to work and rest. Put the mind to work and rest. We get exhausted, we're tired, we need to rest, or else we lose our minds. We need to rest. We need to rest. God give it to us in this life here. Because also we need to reset ourselves. When God is coming, this is all made over and made new. There's no need to reset. It's good forever. Continuously going. Like Jesus. It doesn't stop. Only beauty and beautiful things and making creation and making wonderful things. I can only imagine. I don't want people to say, it's too good to be true. Just doing everything forever and everything good. Aren't we trying to do this, everything good, to be good, to get earnings and riches and wealth and stuff, and to have the best house, best car, best lawn, best grass, best thing, best time, best kids, best school, best work, best job? Are we trying to make the best things now so we can live and prosper and be successful? And then we want to keep it going. That's why we work and pay mortgage and pay bills and pay utilities. For those who are doing it, those who we go hunting or go farming or gardening. Isn't it because we want to propagate and keep life going? Isn't that why we're trying to get all those right foods and juices and mixes and all that stuff? Isn't it because we want to live forever? Isn't that why we're trying to do what we do, trying to hold off death and hold off old age and thing? Isn't that what we're having all these surgeries and all these things for, to make life better? Isn't it because what we make all these inventions for? What's the purpose then? All different shoes, different cars, different tires, all different rims, different houses, different sizes. What we do not? Why we have all these tools and these? What we have all these hoses? What we have all these things for? All these different hoses for different things. What we have all this stuff for? Why? Why bother? What's the purpose of it all? What's the purpose? Because we want more. So God says, I got that. You ever seen those trucks when you drive on the highway? Sometimes you see the Amazon truck. He said, you get Amazon Prime. He said, I got a lot more, a truckload more. I'm like, that'd be nice. You have to get a whole load, but I ain't got no space in here. She'll cram this already. I ain't got no space here. But some people have space, so then let it be. But this is bigger than Amazon Prime. This is everything we always wanted and always hoped for and best for, and more. And then so and more, and even more. God has things planned we haven't even imagined yet. So let us have hope and think positively, okay? Positive thinking. God has plans. Don't get discouraged. Because we're going to go through some bad things. So it has to be worth it, right? Not because we want to. Whether we want to or not, it's going to happen. So I want heaven, by the grace of God, I want to receive the gift that He's given us, and I want to earn it the proper way, by living by our faith and works together, in harmony and unison. But I want you to be there with us so we can celebrate together and say, hey, you remember that time? Let's talk about life. And everybody I wish I could have met from every different country and island and land and tribe and city and state. I love to meet you. I want to meet you. All those watching videos, I don't know where you are right now, but I want to meet you. I love to meet you too. This guy here, he's a cool guy. I want to meet that guy. You know, wearing his Matty B shirt. You know, this one is square. It's an older shirt. I'm giving it a try. See how long it lasts. Been almost a year. Holding up good still. Some of the images are faded, and some people say that. Let me talk slower. Some of the images are faded on the shirt, but some people say they like to see the image because it looks vintage. See how people are different perspectives, right? But God has plans. Here he says here. He says, there the student of science may read the records of creation and discern no reminders of the law of evil. He may listen to the music of nature's voices and detect no note of wailing or undertone of sorrow. All the treasures of the universe will be open to the study of God's children. With unutterable delight, we shall enter into the joy and the wisdom of unfallen beings. We shall share the treasures gained through the ages upon ages spent in contemplation of God's handiwork. Unfettered by mortality, they wing their tireless flight towards the fall. Yes, we can fly. Yes, we'll be able to fly without having no parachute or backpack. We can do it. Let's go. I want to say, like Superman, Supergirl. Let's get up there. You know, not like these ones trying to take over God's place, but to be as God made us to be. Oh, wonderful God. Let it happen. Unfettered by mortality, they wing their tireless flight to the worlds afar. And please, take heart. Don't turn these things off and don't just think it, but pass it on, share with other people to let them get a glimpse of what heaven might be like. Not the people talking about they go to light and come back. I went to light and they came back and it was so beautiful. And this, like having some out-of-body experience. I'll take Ellen G. White's account because her prophecies have come true and everything else she said has come true. Some of these people having these visions, I mean, I don't know, because they say things that contradict the scripture. And if anybody's given anything of contradict the scripture and what they see and are contradicting about how the state of the dead and spirituality and about the gifts of God and how he saves people and how he will punish evil and sin, they're not doing God's will and they're leading people astray. So be careful. Deceptions are how you hear the message of fervor coming around with urgency of getting closer to God. You'll hear more also deceptions getting with more superhuman power if the devil could have his way to try to trick us. So let's not give up on this, okay? Unfettered by mortality, they, by the grace of us, will wing our tireless flight to worlds afar, worlds that thrill with sorrow, right? At the spectacle of human woe. They were sad. Remember, they're watching us and human. They're watching us. All the other worlds are watching us. Remember, Jesus said other foes have to bring on to him. They're watching what happened on the earth and say, what's going on there? Oh, look at the pain and carnage and the suffering and death they go through. They don't want to see that. They want to see something better. So worlds that thrilled with sorrow at the spectacle of human woe and rang with songs of gladness at the tidings of ransomed soul. They were like, you remember that? Was that movie? Was it Ryan? Was it that video where Norman, where somebody lived in like a scene like a Hollywood set, and I think it was Jim Carrey, and it seemed like he was living in a scene. They made it, and again, made God look bad as if he's the person on top, the great controller is the one that's wicked, doing bad to the people, like living in a simulation, and then control everything you do to make it bad for you, and you're not supposed to buck the system. No, that's not how God works. That's not how God works. It's saying, wouldn't it be nice to see all these good things happen? All these things we want to do? Those people, the other worlds are cheering for us. Yes, beat the devil, beat the devil, beat him. Yes, beat him. They love when they're victorious. And the angels win for us. I said, yes, win for us. Come on, win for us. You know? But, you know, and win, come on. We want to meet that. I want to meet that guy. I want to meet you. What's your name? What's your name? I want to meet you. I want to meet you. I want to meet me. You know? You want to meet us. I want to meet them too. Isn't it worth it? How much you want to lose? How much, what are we going to get in this life here? Look what you've gone through so far. You may be young saying, I'm going to get home and go to school and get a college degree. I'm going to do this, make money and do this and do this and do that. Many people start off with good intentions. Sometimes it didn't end well. Some people didn't even make it past the next day or tomorrow. And I don't mean to use it as an example to mark it. Look at the flight I showed you in another video. I might have it linked in this video too. They took off on a flight to go to a destination. Didn't make it back home. They tell us whenever you get in a car, you're not guaranteed to reach back home. Whenever you get in a flight, you're not guaranteed to make it home. And at the same time, I keep saying, why can't we make cars and planes and transport vehicles safer for one? Because if you can bring Tesla's space rockets back down on its own footprint and down on the ground, why can't we invent some kind of parachute, some kind of safety cell system that when the plane is in trouble, it deploys regardless of the speed and how they can slow the space shuttle down, deploys and slows down the impact. And if you're going to fall from the sky, it cushions, it supports. We can do a lot of good things now, but they need the money and the funding. And are people willing to do that? Or it's like people just fall in the sky, crashing and dying? I mean, that's why I ain't flying no more. Honestly, that's why I'm not flying no more. To me, they're not holding our best interests at heart. Plus, how they treated the people during COVID, I don't want that. The airlines treated people horribly during COVID. I don't want no part of that. I will not support them with my dollars. I'm boycotting the airlines for that. I will drive as much as I can. So I may not be flying international anymore. I'll do what I have to do by the grace of God to stay in this place. You know, I'll drive. I'd rather take my chance. Maybe I see an accident and maybe I can swing away or something, you know? Maybe I can avoid that kind of stuff, you know? Maybe. I'd rather take a chance because at least I can see what's coming at me most of the times. But I've seen horrific accidents on the highways too. Cars jumping the rail and crashing into stuff. People not paying attention and jackknifing and crushing people to death, and cars not stopping in time and ramming stuff. I have a friend, a coworker who died a long time ago, you know, they stopped in traffic in Texas while relocating there. And the truck is driving, I think a husband and wife couple driving there. And they plowed right into her and her cousin in a Lexus, you know, in the middle of stop traffic. And everybody died. A massive explosion just killed them. And I remember her, our friend, Chinello, you know, our sister Chinello. She just came to work a few years before, and she's always giving her and I used to always switch parking spots. Oh, Lord, I didn't forget her. Chinello, I didn't forget her. We used to switch parking spots, and she's always bringing me parsimon. Those parsimon fruits. And she knows the one I like. I like them when they're kind of soft and not spoiled, you know? And she always brought them to me. Every time. And suddenly she brought me to me, they're all spoiled and hot. I'm like, I wouldn't tell her that. I was telling her no. I was like, no, I don't want that. It's rotten. But I appreciated the good gesture. She did it for us just because, and she worked night shift, I worked day shift as a respiratory therapist at New York Presbyterian Hospital. She brought them for us. Oh man, I have so many people I've lost over the years. So many friends and family members. I'm sure you did too. As we live long enough, we see more people gone. And then you wonder, is it our time? When is it going to be our time? Who's next? When? How much? What will it take us? So I'm saying, I don't want to die. I don't want you to die. I want you to live forever. So let's live forever. Let's live by the grace of God. Let's go. Let's see. And if we do die, hopefully by the grace of God, we'll live again to glorify God. After that rest we go through. Let's see what God has here. It says here, unfettered by mortality, they wing their tireless flight to the worlds afar. Worlds that thrilled with sorrow, like, in appallment, right? At the spectacle of human woe, and rang with the songs of gladness at the tidings of a ransomed soul. So they were happy when we win, and they were sad when we lost. With undimmed vision, they gaze upon the glory of creation. Suns and stars and systems, all in their appointed order, circling the throne of the deity. That's God. Upon all things, up from the least to the greatest, the Creator's name is written, and in all the riches of his power displayed. Beautiful. Sacred history reviewed. The redeemed throng will range from world to world, and much of their time will be employed in searching out the mysteries of redemption, because we're trying to find out what will we do, what's going to happen in heaven. The themes of redemption will employ the hearts and minds and tongues of the redeemed through the everlasting ages. They will understand the truths. Right? I think it's up to 306. We got a couple more pages. I'm going to stop it and read that about after, if I don't have enough time. They will understand the truths which Christ longed to open to his disciples, but which they did not have faith to grasp at that time. Forever and forever, new views of the perfection and glory of Christ will appear. Through endless ages will the faithful householder bring forth from his treasure things new and old. Faithful householder. So we'll have houses again. I like that. I like my big house, like a big mansion, and all this space I can just relax and chill in, right? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Then we'll be opened. Things I couldn't have on earth. Maybe I'll get a chance then by the grace of God, right? Then you too. Then will be open before him the course of this great conflict that had its birth before time began, and that ends only when time shall cease. The history of the inception of sin, of fatal falsehood in its crooked working, of truth that, swerving not from its own straight lines, has met and conquered error. All will be made manifest. In other words, we will see how sin started and how it ended. Because she uses some common and grammatical stuff here. Like, whoa, third grade education? Nah, she ain't playing. Ellen G. White is a tough cookie. The veil that interposes between the visible and invisible world will be drawn aside, and wonderful things will be revealed. You'll see the battles that happen, how the angels were battling against evil forces trying to get at you, trying to destroy and trying to crumble your house upon you. You'll see how God delivered you from when the car's trying to crash into your house, or bomb trying to go, a bullet missed you. You'll see how God tried to save you from all this stuff. You'll see what happened, by the grace of God. Though the griefs and pains and temptations of earth are ended and the cause removed, the people of God will ever have a distinct, intelligent knowledge of what their salvation has cost. So we will remember these conversations. We will remember what we went through. We will see it. We will not forget those things. You know, see 9/11, never forget. We will not forget. We will not forget. And even of those people lost in the wars, we will not forget. Our Redeemer, God, Jesus Christ, will ever bear the marks of his crucifixion. Upon his wounded head, upon his side, his hand and feet are the only traces of the cruel work that sin has wrought. Listen again. upon his wounded head, upon his side. Remember the crown of thorns? The spear in his side? His hands and feet, right? The nails are the only traces of the cruel work that sin has wrought. The only traces? Very interesting. Great controversy, 651. That would be interesting. I want to touch him with my hands and say, Lord, you did it for me. Thank you. You didn't give up on me. I love you too. I love you too, reader and viewer. God bless you. Let's continue the other part to end it off. God bless you.